was just hard to see.
Another video of Justin Bieber and Diddy has resurfaced online, and it's seriously concerning. The clip shows the two of them greeting each other very briefly before they part ways, but even in the first few seconds, Diddy does something that appears to catch Justin completely off guard. It looked like Justin was trying to turn toward his vehicle after Diddy pulled him in for a hug, but instead of letting go, Diddy firmly grabbed onto Justin's shoulder. Take another look at how shocked he was when he realized that Diddy was holding on to him. Right as Justin's mouth dropped open in surprise and he looked up, Diddy asked him a question. Justin quickly looked down as he shook his head no. This is where things get even weirder. It seems as if Diddy asked Justin if he was wearing a wire, but even though Justin said no, Diddy didn't seem to believe him. He then went on to check to see if he could feel a wire under Justin's shirt by patting his chest all over. Diddy was still gripping onto Justin's shoulder as he continued to pat his chest down. Instead of making eye contact with Diddy or even looking up in a different direction, Justin kept staring awkwardly at the ground. Diddy was clearly saying something to Justin, although the camera couldn't really pick any of it up. But despite the fact that he was already talking quietly, he made sure whatever he said next definitely wouldn't be overheard by anyone but Justin. Whatever Diddy said to Justin was something that he obviously didn't want to say until he was sure that there wasn't a wire. What kind of secret was he trying to keep covered up? Next, when Diddy finally lets go, Justin's immediate reaction is completely telling. Justin wasted no time walking away from the conversation once Diddy let go of his arm. He didn't even try to look in Diddy's direction before getting into his vehicle to leave. Not one part of their conversation seemed normal at all, but Diddy's interactions with Justin were especially strange. If they were actually catching up as friends like Diddy tried to make it appear, why did he physically restrain Justin by the arm and force him to stay there? If nothing shady had ever happened, why was Diddy so worried about the possibility of Justin wearing a wire in the first place? The clip of Justin looking uncomfortable and refusing to make eye contact with Diddy as he was being checked for a wire is reportedly a few years old, but sadly that's not the first time he's reacted in almost the exact same way to Diddy's questioning and bizarre behavior. By now, a lot of people are aware that Justin was a minor and still pretty new to the music industry when his odd friendship with Diddy began. When they first started hanging out, Justin was only 15 years old, but Diddy was 40 at the time, which is obviously creepy in itself. But lately, old clips have been resurfacing online that show just how disturbing Diddy's motives might have been. One video shows Diddy promising extravagant gifts like a luxury vehicle to then 15-year-old Justin right before they spent 48 hours together. Diddy refused to talk on camera about what he had planned for his weekend with Justin, which was incredibly suspicious. But in the other video, which was filmed 1 year later, the unsettling dynamic between Diddy and Justin had clearly changed, and not for the better. In the beginning of the clip, Diddy suddenly got weirdly confrontational with Justin.
Brother, everything's good? Selling out arenas and everything? Starting to act different, huh?
Justin looked so uneasy and immediately said no, but Diddy kept hounding him about something that was insanely problematic.
You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Apparently, he didn't have Justin's phone number at the time and was upset that they had stopped hanging out, but it was obvious that Justin hadn't wanted to stay in contact with Diddy for a reason, judging by how uncomfortable he was.
I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot.
It's ridiculously inappropriate that Diddy, a grown adult, was putting pressure on Justin, who was literally a child, to return his calls and hang out with him again. But over the next few years, Diddy apparently got his way. On a few separate occasions, he and Justin were spotted together in a very concerning environment. According to TMZ, when Justin was 19 years old, he was photographed at one of Diddy's huge parties in Atlanta. The article claimed that he didn't consume any adult beverages that night, but that's honestly pretty hard to believe. Just recently, Hindustan Times reported on another resurfaced video of Justin and Diddy. The clip had been shared on X, formerly known as Twitter, by a user with a handle at DianaWallace888, and it appeared to show Diddy giving Justin an adult beverage. Justin definitely seemed to be under the influence in the video, which many other users claimed had been filmed while he was legally too young to consume adult beverages. But what's really troubling is that he seemed to be much more affected by substances than anyone else at the party, including Diddy. Justin looked like he he was completely out of it, which is completely concerning. But now that other people have spoken out about their awful experiences with Diddy, his creepy friendship with Justin seems to be even more alarming. Over the last several months, Diddy has been hit with a few different lawsuits that are full of disturbing criminal allegations. In almost all of the accusations that have been made about him, there's a common and seriously startling theme. Many people have claimed that Diddy treated them terribly and even allegedly touched them inappropriately against their will. To make matters worse, a lot of the allegations state that he reportedly groomed both men and women, some of whom were minors at the time. TMZ obtained legal documents from a massive lawsuit that was filed against Diddy by his former producer Rodney Jones. In his filing, Rodney claimed that Diddy tried to groom him, but that wasn't all. Rodney also alleged that when he was at one of Diddy's parties, he was supposedly slipped substances. Afterward, he was reportedly touched inappropriately against his will, and when he wasn't even in a state to potentially give anyone consent. Rodney stated in his lawsuit that Diddy allegedly slipped substances into other party goers' adult beverages as well, and some of those people were underage. He also claimed that every time Diddy supposedly inappropriately touched or mistreated him, Diddy would downplay each incident as horseplay. Rodney made so many allegations about Diddy and the police in Diddy's circle in his lawsuit and stated that he has evidence to back up all of his claims. If his side of the story is true, everything he accused Diddy of doing to him could have potentially happened to Justin as well. Justin hasn't been spotted at one of Diddy's parties in years, but that's partially due to the struggles he's faced in his personal life. He ended up stepping out of the spotlight to tackle his substance use issues, and he even took a break from making music for a while. Throughout the last several years, Justin has continued to struggle with a lot of mental health challenges as a result of the trauma he went through when he was younger. In a 2019 interview with Vogue, he made a seriously cryptic confession. Justin had admitted that he was still willing to process and heal from things he had never publicly talked about. He also said that he had such a deep trust issue that he couldn't fully trust anyone, even Haley. But 2 years later, he revealed some unbelievable details related to his trauma. In 2021, Justin told GQ magazine that some people in the industry will take advantage of other people's insecurities and exploit them. It wasn't the first time that he mentioned that the music industry was shady, but it seemed closer to an individual call out than anything he had said before. Unfortunately, if Justin had been referring to Diddy, he probably won't directly reveal that anytime soon. There have been many speculations that suggest Diddy still has control over Justin somehow, which has left him feeling too afraid to speak out. If Justin actually did experience anything with Diddy like Rodney claimed to have gone through, it makes sense why he still seems so intimidated in his presence. He was so young when Diddy befriended him and exposed him to inappropriate adult settings, and who knows what really happened that could have possibly led to Justin's extreme trauma. But now that we've gone into the latest clips of Justin and Diddy that have resurfaced online, I want to know what you guys think. What are your thoughts on the strange video that appears to show Diddy checking Justin for a wire? Do you think Diddy actually did provide the adult beverages to Justin while he was still underage, like the clip of his party and the claims in Rodney's lawsuit suggest? Let me know in the comments below.